Hey, thank you for joining the day-to-day podcast with Charles, and I appreciate you. Man, I had some things on my mind that I want to talk about. So first off, I'm starting to jump back into the comedy process. You know what I'm saying? You smell what I'm stepping in? And pardon me. And what I mean by that is I'm actually trying to sit down and write content, write jokes, write concepts, and man, it's hard. It's tough. I found this guy, Scott Dickers. That's his name. He was one of the creators of the magazine that was what was it called? Onion. Yeah. So he has a YouTube channel. He also has like a podcast and he talks. He's like a comedy writer, right? He's been writing for years. And so anyways, he talks about these concepts of, these different types of funny filters. And then you have Jerry Corley, who also has like the 13 different types of triggers that trigger laughter. And so I'm like listening to these guys, trying to understand how to write a joke. And then I found a clip by Kevin Hart, and it's like, well, a one liner is like, what did the cat say to the dog? And then there's storytelling. And that's what Kevin Hart said. But I mean, what did the cat say to the dog? Like I never have ever heard that as a joke. But anyways, it's really interesting. I'm trying it. I know it's basically, honestly, I have spent some time to write before, but today was like day 2. So I'm just sitting there. I'm writing concepts down first. Like Scott Dicker said, I need to write like an opinion or like a fact or whatever. And then Jerry Corley says I need to write like a topic or a fact or whatever, a word. And so I'm trying to remember, what did I write? Like I'm bald. Um, I'm fat. Actually, I don't think I wrote that. Um, I'm, I don't like when people say, hey, I don't mean to offend you, but then they just, whatever they're going to say, they just say it. And it doesn't really it doesn't really stop them from offending you. It's like one time when I worked at a grocery store, I walked in to work, and one of the managers was like, hey man, I don't mean to offend you, but you look horrible. You look like you just woke up and you got like a little stain on your shirt. Like, get out of here. And I was like, what? How dare you? Of course I was offended. And I left. I didn't clock in. And but that doesn't really help. It doesn't stop from the offending. So I wrote that down. I wrote down, when you work in an office and like you sneeze and nobody around you says bless you, as just like, something that kind of annoys. And I guess, when it comes to humor, the things that bother you, that can be used as fuel for like jokes. And so one of the things I was thinking also about myself is just how in a lot of ways, I'm such a rule follower. Like I'm a rule follower. Like, oh, I don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers. And it's like, oh well, I'm always gonna be to work on time, and I'm not gonna be late, and oh, well, I don't want to say this or say that because I don't want them to think that I'm gonna offend them, or I'm doubting them, or whatever. But what happens is, like, it stops me from taking risks, and even like this comedy thing, like that is actually that is a risk, like if and when I get to the point where I get on stage, like I'm basically I'm stepping on stage, and basically people are going to be able to say, get off the stage or whatever. I don't know what they're going to say, but I don't think they would say that. Hopefully they wouldn't say that. But, basically, like, they can point their finger. They can say this. They can say that. They can just be like, get this bald guy out of here. And, but, and as I'm doing more research, what I'm hearing is like, one guy was saying that, when you're going through your life and you have all these like thoughts in your head and you have all these like things that you say to yourself or that you think, and he's like, that's what you need to bring out on stage. And he's like, whatever you're doing, but what you do to the outside world is you kind of put on this facade of like, oh, well, I'm just this good person. Oh yeah, do you want me to be your friend? I'll be your friend. Do you need help with those sequel statements? And look at me, I'm a good guy. And but yeah, so that's what he was saying is like, no, you need to forget about that whole facade and just share all the things that normally go on through your mind. And I'm just like, I don't think I could do that. I honestly don't think I can do that. But anyways, I'm just sharing my thoughts. I'm just sharing my thoughts on this whole idea. It's still very interesting. I'm going to keep on writing. I'm going to keep on trying. But going back to the rule follower thing, right? I think, does it always pay off? That's the question. Does it always pay off to just follow the rules? And I think in some ways it doesn't. And, I would most likely, I don't know. Anyways, and it actually reminds me of a story, that one of my friends told me. Just this random story that I thought was pretty funny. And so the story is about my friend. He bought this gun. So the gun, let me describe the gun. The gun is not like a normal gun with like real ammunition. The gun, the ammunition that you put in the gun is salt. And it's called bug assault. And you use it to kill flies. And if you look at it, it looks like it could, it's in the shape of a gun, but it just shoots out salt at a very insane speed. And it's, I don't know, the creators by some guy named Lorenzo, I think, and they have a YouTube channel. It's actually pretty funny. They have Bug Assault. They have some funny videos, so go check out their YouTube channel. But anyways, my friend tells me he orders this gun. He uses it for like over a year, and a year's time is, at that point, if you have their product, you can no longer try to exchange it, return it, or whatever. And so, pardon me. And so anyways, it's over a year, and my friend realizes, man, like the gun, like it started having issues, like it wasn't performing the way it should, and either wasn't shooting, or I don't know what it was doing. And so he was telling me that he was trying to get the address of the company and all the work that he put in to trying to find the address. So he calls the company and he's telling them, hey, I have this product, I have this gun, I want to send it back. And they're like, oh, well, we don't take the product if you had it for over a year. And he's like, no, I'm going to send it back, dude. I'm going to send it back. This is not my problem. I'm going to send it back anyways. Like, this is not my problem anymore. This is your problem. And so he keeps on researching. He finds an email address. He sends in an email from a different email address. And he's like, hey, I really love this product. Can you tell me where I can send fan mail to the company? He wasn't going to send fan mail. He was going to send the gun. So anyways, he tells me that he uses AI and puts in all these search parameters, and boom, he gets the address. And then the other thing, so then he gets the address, right? He packages the gun, and he writes this note like, hey, your products, they're not strong enough. It looks like you're using plastic. All you're using is plastic to build these guns. If you're only going to use plastic that's going to break, why don't you just build like Barbie doll houses and sell those? And he was just like, use something that's a little bit more sturdy. And he's telling me this story. I'm just laughing my head off. Like you wrote that? And he's like, yeah, I wrote that. And so he writes that. He writes it to the owner. He sends it. He's not even expecting anything in return. He just wants to send it back. And so he does. And he actually gets a phone call from the owner. And he said the owner left him a voice message. And he was just laughing. He was like, hey, man, I got your voice. Oh, I got your note. I got the gun. And he's like, you know what? That's a pretty funny letter. Maybe we will start making Barbie doll products or houses and selling those. And he's like, I don't know. And he's like, but you know what? It's not a problem. The gun shouldn't have had any issues at that point. So I'm going to go ahead and send you a new one. And he added in some extra items. And that is a story of how he broke the rules, man. He broke the rules. The rule was if you've had the gun over a year, over 2 years, they don't accept it back. They don't accept it for returns or exchange or anything. Because he was out of the warranty window, bro. But he did it anyways, and he actually made the guy laugh, the owner, and then he was willing to give him a new product, free of charge. Man, what a story, man. And you know what? What a great way to get rid of some bugs, to be honest. Bug Assault. Go check it out. And, because it works way better than a regular fly swatter. And I'm not a paid, I'm not a paid official here. I don't work for these guys. I'm just telling you a story. I'm just really, literally just running my mouth here. I think that's all I got, guys. I'm still going to continue to do the writing. I'm still going to, keep on trying and keep on flying. I don't even know what that is. I'm trying to think of a song and I totally got it wrong. But yeah, but it, again, according to Jerry Seinfeld, it doesn't matter what kind of mood you're in. You just got to write. And you got to not break the chain. And I heard today that Jerry Seinfeld was writing 5 hours a day. That's crazy, man. All right, I'm out of here. Hope you're having a great day, great morning. And whatever day it is, whatever time it is, hope you're having a great time. And have a great day. I'm out of here.